Imagine this. You wake up on a perfectly normal morning, grab your coffee, step out of your house, and head to work, just like any other day. But what your family doesn't know is that tomorrow morning their entire world could look completely different. In one moment, everything they depend on you for, funeral expenses, mortgage payments, monthly bills, children's school fees, and basic survival, could suddenly drop onto their shoulders, leaving them overwhelmed and unprepared. And here's the part most people never think about. 98% of Americans don't even understand the simple difference between term life insurance and whole life insurance. A difference that can either protect their family with complete financial security or leave them in years of emotional and financial struggle. If you truly want to make sure your family is never left alone during the toughest moment of their lives, then don't skip a single second of this video. And before we begin, if you want practical, real-world financial guidance that can actually protect your future, then go ahead and hit like and subscribe to Insight Ledger right now, because the next few minutes might save your family from a lifetime of financial stress. Welcome to Insight Ledger, where we simplify your financial life and help you make decisions that actually matter. Today, we're breaking down one of the most important and most misunderstood topics in the entire financial world: term life versus whole life insurance. What's really better? Which one protects your family in the smartest way? Which one is worth your money? And which one could cost you thousands of dollars for absolutely no reason? Let's talk about term life first. Term life insurance is simple, straightforward protection for your family for a specific time period, whether it's 10, 20, or 30 years. If something happens to you during that time, your family receives the full benefit payout immediately. Term life is by far the most affordable, practical, and realistic option for the majority of Americans. Think about it. If you're a healthy 30-year-old in the USA, you can get $500,000 worth of coverage for around $25 to $30 a month. That's literally less than the price of a restaurant meal. And that amount of coverage could protect your family's mortgage, your children's education, and their entire financial future. This is why term life is recommended by nearly every financial expert, because it's clean, simple, affordable, and it does exactly what life insurance is supposed to do: protect the people you love. Now let's talk about whole life insurance. Whole life sounds attractive because it promises lifetime coverage and builds something called cash value, which grows slowly over time. You can borrow against it, it can be used for estate planning, and in some high-income situations it can offer tax advantages. But here's the problem. Whole life insurance is extremely expensive. Not a little expensive, nearly 10 times more expensive than term life. The same $500,000 coverage that costs $30 with term life can easily cost you $350 to $500 or even more per month with whole life. And because it's so expensive, most families can't keep up with the payments long-term. When you can't pay, the policy collapses, and years of payments vanish. Let me share a real example. Michael from Ohio wanted to protect his kids. He didn't know the difference between term and whole life, so an insurance agent convinced him to buy a whole life policy for $400 a month. For 2 years he paid regularly, but then he lost his job. Suddenly he couldn't afford the premium. His policy lapsed. Every dollar he paid vanished. His coverage ended, and his children were left with nothing. If Michael had chosen term life instead, he would have paid only around $30 a month for the same $500,000 coverage, and his kids would have been protected for 20 years. This small misunderstanding cost him thousands of dollars and left his family unprotected. So the real question is, which one should you choose? Here's the truth that financial advisors don't tell you, because many of them earn higher commissions on whole life policies. If you are young, have a growing family, have a limited budget, or simply want maximum protection at the lowest cost, term life insurance is the best option. It gives you high coverage when your family needs it most, during your working years when you have responsibilities, bills, loans, and dependents. Nearly 90% of Americans only need term life. But what about whole life? Whole life can be beneficial in specific situations if you're a very high-income individual, if you're doing estate planning, if you want guaranteed lifelong coverage, or if you're strategically using cash value for tax benefits. But for the average American family, whole life is often unnecessary, overpriced, and financially heavy. If you really want your family to stay protected during the hardest moment of their lives, don't ignore this decision. Life insurance isn't just a financial product. It's a promise, a shield, a responsibility. It's the difference between your family struggling alone or standing strong with security and dignity. So comment below right now. Would you choose term life or whole life? Tell me your age, budget, and situation, and I'll personally guide you toward the option that actually fits your life. And if you want to make smarter financial choices without confusion, then comment, and subscribe to Insight Ledger. Your financial clarity starts now. I'll see you in the next video with another powerful guide that will help protect your future and your family.